Hey, how's it going? This is Joe and Tell, and today I'm going to be unboxing a bunch of stuff that I just received in the mail. I guess some of these people, some of these companies want me to review some of their stuff, and so I promised them that I would unbox their stuff. Alright, so let's see what this is here. I have some stereo mics here so you can kind of hear what's going on. I don't know if you can hear that. Yeah. For all those people who like that ASMR stuff, go ahead and put on some headphones, I guess. First, I'm gonna go ahead and... Nah, none of that. Alright, so what is this? Laser distance meter. Alright, so at first I was like, what am I gonna use a laser distance meter for? But then I thought about it, and I said, you know what, go ahead and send that to me, because when I'm messing with speakers, sometimes you want to know how far a speaker is and how far they are from each other, so you can make that perfect equilateral triangle, equidistant, equilateral? I don't know if it's the same thing, but yeah, I figured that this would be handy for that sort of thing. So this is from a company called New Vending. Thank you for sending this out. Let's go ahead and open this up. All right, so here it is. Open that up. Cool, I have no idea how to use this thing. It comes with a pouch, instructions, a little thing in case you want to carry it with you everywhere, a little lanyard. Cool, comes with some batteries, AAA's. Alright, well you guys know what I mean, right? When I say that you want to measure the distance from speakers, especially when you're doing something like a home theater setup. It's really important because you're going to have a bunch of speakers and you kind of want the speakers to be a certain distance from your listening position. So this might come in handy in those scenarios. I'm gonna go ahead and press the red button, I guess. Ooh, screen. I'm gonna press a button. Ooh, there's a laser. Oh, crazy. So I'm pointing at a sub that's over that direction. Actually, let me point it to the camera. The camera is about 1.4 meters away. Here, let me change it to feet. So the back wall over there is 18 feet. Side wall here, 4.8 feet. This is cool. And then the camera is about 4.5 feet from where I'm at. That's cool. And the ceiling, 5.89. This is awesome. All right, so how do I turn it off? Cool. It all looks like it also has some sort of level here, and there's other functions here that I haven't tried. So okay. Oh, crazy. So it has like a box here. I'm assuming you can kind of like measure the length, width, and height of a box. And then also, this looks like some kind of triangle. I'm not sure what all this stuff does. Very cool. Thank you guys. I'm going to do more on this. And, you know, I'll do an update in maybe a future video and let you guys know what I think about this. But so far, that's pretty freaking cool. That's cool. I like it. I'll leave a link in the description to all this stuff. There's that. All right. So this is something that I ordered, actually. This is from a company called FX Audio, and it is another tube buffer. So I don't know if you saw my unboxing of the FX Audio Tube 01. I received that, and at first one of the tubes wasn't working, but after I started using it for a while, it actually started warming up and started working perfectly. And afterwards, I was just really amazed at what it was able to do at its price point. I think it was, I don't know, under 50 bucks, something like that. And I was using the GE tubes, sounded awesome on my desk. So I decided, you know what, I want another one to be able to use anywhere else. I mean, for that price, there's nothing, I can't think of very many things that you could spend $50 on or somewhere around that price range and get something that's gonna affect your sound quality in a positive way like this thing does. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to try a different version, and this is the FX Audio Tube 03, and the main difference being that it has bass and treble tone controls. And that's handy in case, you know, in case you have some speakers that maybe need a little bit of a boost in the bass or a little bit boost in the treble or maybe a little bit of a cut. So, you know, I've been using my old Marantz receiver, and that thing has tone controls, and sometimes it's handy because I might have some bookshelf speakers that maybe don't have enough bass for this room, and I can just turn up the bass a little bit. It's handy. I don't know why manufacturers have kind of done away with that sort of thing. Maybe it's so you can spend money on cables instead, right? So anyway, so here it is. Go ahead and open up this box, and here it is. The FX Audio Tube 03. So it has the on and off switch, bass and treble, and then your volume And here are the GE tubes. There's one. You can order it with different types of tubes. In the comments it says that if you order the GE ones, that's the way to get the best sound. The GE JAN 5654Ws. These tubes I like a lot. I do have some of the other tubes. I think they're supposed to be Russian tubes, but they look like they have Chinese writing on them. But yeah, it really does give that tube sound. Now, I haven't tested like those hyper expensive tube amps. I'm not really interested in that sort of stuff because I can't afford it. I'm sure they sound great, but to me, the technology for a solid state as far as amplification is really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for efficiency. I'm looking for an amplifier that doesn't get extremely hot. Those are the things that I'm looking for. And so some of the new Class D stuff, maybe some of the new Class AB stuff is a little bit more efficient also. So I like solid state when it comes to that stuff. But I do like that tube sound, and what it does for me is it kind of rounds out the sound. So, you know, if accuracy is what you're going for, then maybe you'd prefer not to have this. But for me, I find it more pleasant to have a more rounded out sound, you know, something kind of smoothed out. To me, it's akin to a old school video game that's very blocky, but then you apply some anti-aliasing and it kind of smooths everything out. It looks a little bit better. So that's what I feel like this does. Yeah, some of the other tubes that I have that will also fit in this, it's a 7-pin, are the XK4s. And to me, they sound a little bit clinical. They don't do too much as far as rounding out the sound. So it's not that they sound bad, but they just don't do what these do. So yeah, I love this and I would recommend this to everybody. And I have been, asked some other YouTubers and they'll tell you that I've been telling them that they need to try this thing out. All right, what else is next? The NVIDIA Shield was sent to me, and this thing is awesome, but I'm not gonna unbox this today. I'm gonna have a separate video just on this NVIDIA Shield, so look out for that. It's coming in the next few days. All right, so what is this here? All right, this is a little bit random, but this company, Youngdo, they sent me these LED solar torch lights. Okay, let's see what this is all about. Solar torch. I guess you're supposed to use these like, supposed to look like fire. These look cool in the background. Yeah, that's cool. So there's 4 of them in here. And again, I'm gonna leave a link to these. They're on Amazon. I'm gonna leave a link to these. There's 3 different modes or something like that. One, okay, always on. What is that? It's like dimming on and off. I noticed, I've actually opened this before to take a look and see if everything was in here, but I noticed that when it sees light, that it turns off. So it won't turn on during the day, only at night. So as you can tell, like if I have it on, all right. If I have it under this light, it turns off, right? But if I kind of have it off to the back where there's not so much light, it turns on. So that's cool. All right. What is this? Oh, these are stakes that you can put in, and I guess to lengthen this. All right, pretty awesome. Let me just put these in the background. I kind of like the way they look. Look like I'm part of a cult or something. All right, so thank you, Young Doe. Feeling Young Doe? Thank you, Young Doe. I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, thanks for sending this out. I might use them. Let's go for this. Okay. So I reached out to Parts Express and I told them, hey, I know you guys have some Dayton measurement mics and I've been doing these sound demos and that would be helpful for some of the measurements that I do and perhaps some recordings. I don't know, I thought it would be interesting because this is designed to have a flat frequency response. I reached out to them and I said, hey, would you be willing to support me? And of course, Parts Express is always supportive. Thank you. I'm a huge fan. I love their stuff. What else can I say? They didn't give me 1, they gave me 2. Thank you, Parts Express. And I will be using this. In my last sound demo when I was recording the BMR drivers, I was actually using these instead of the mics that I'm using right now. So let's see. Let's go ahead and open this up. Kind of give you an idea. I'm gonna just open up one of them. All right, so here we go. Whoops, the wrong way. All right, so this is what you get. So here's what they look like. Comes with a nice case. All right. Instructions. You have something to hold the mic, a stand for it, a little foam for the front, and this is the mic itself. So this is an XLR mic. Now it has a number, so each microphone has its own separate number that's distinct to each microphone. And what that is it corresponds with the calibration profile. It shows you the frequency response of this specific mic. So if I open up a different mic here, it's gonna have a different frequency response. So it's very specific, very, very, very specific, and it's supposed to be extremely flat. And you go to their website and you download the calibration profile for this. So when you do your mic measurements, you apply the calibration profile, and that will give you a corrected response. So you know that what you're recording is using a flat frequency response microphone, which is the point, right? So that's that. There are 2 of these. Awesome. Thank you, Parts Express. You guys are the best. That rhymed. If you guys want to hire me for taglines, I'm available on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay, so in addition to these microphones, Parts Express also sent me the new Lepai LP210PA plate amp. So this is rated at 30 watts times 2 and 60 watts for a subwoofer, 2.1. And this is it. So I've actually been using this at my desk, and I'm pretty impressed. I really like this thing. There's some stuff on here that a lot of other amplifiers and plate amps do not have. And you may want to check out 123 Toys review. He just recently reviewed this, and he talks about how this actually has a high pass filter. You might see some plate amps with a subwoofer crossover and a volume control, maybe something to control the speakers like this one does, but very few have a high pass filter. And the reason why that's useful is if you connect speakers to this, which you can, then it has 100 hertz high pass crossover, which means that it's not going to receive a ton of bass below 100 hertz, which is what you want because the sub is going to take over from that point anyway. That high pass crossover is 6 decibels per octave, and so I think that's a very cool feature. Make sure to check out 123 Toys review on this, and we may be working on a little collab together. We'll see. Hopefully, if everything goes smoothly, we'll have something for you. Just wait. If you're not already following 123 Toy, he does a lot of speaker builds. He really likes to mess with crossovers. Really nice guy, and yeah, I'm excited to work with him. This particular one that I received does not come with its own power supply. Luckily, I have a bunch laying around, but if you do need one, they have a version with a power supply. I'll leave a link in the description. So it has a line, RCA line in and RCA line out. Your speaker outputs, and these are 5-way binding posts, so that's cool. Your subwoofer volume, your crossover from 30 hertz to 150 hertz, and your speaker volume. You also have your switches for on and off. And this one, so if you only plan on using this as a plate amp for a subwoofer, you can turn off the 2.1 channel and just make it that 0.1 subwoofer channel. So that's that. Yeah, I really like this thing. I was planning on doing a review on it, but 123 Toy, he has it covered. Okay, so these are completely not audio related. So on one of my vehicles, it has some old school incandescent bulbs, and I kind of like the look of the newer HIDs or the LEDs just because they're brighter. They have that cool neutral white tint instead of that yellowish tint. So I decided, hey, you know what? Let me see what these new bulbs can do. And they're pretty inexpensive, some of them can get kind of expensive for bulbs. I saw a review from a YouTuber, and I think his website is called Bulb Facts, and he highly recommended these Hikari LED headlights. And so I tried them out. I've tried a few different ones, and I really like the way that these look. The beam pattern is good, and if I open this, you won't see anything because they're already installed. They're my main headlights, and they work really well. They're super bright, and I made sure to aim them so I'm not blinding people. All that, very good. But these aren't super cheap. I think they were like 89 bucks for 2 of them, and so I actually went on AliExpress just to kind of see what they had, and they had some that were similar, right? So I think what I was looking for is ones that were using the Philips bulbs. I know this is not audio related, but this is called Joe and Tell, where I show you and tell you about stuff that I've received. So not everything on this channel is going to be audio related, and this is one of those cases. So this is an infitary. I don't know, they're supposed to be super bright, but I have two different sets, and it's because on AliExpress I bought these, and then later on I found this one that I like the specs of better.
Last week I bought this.
Plus 10% of the difference.
And today I saw this.
And then it gives you an option there to cancel your order. And so I'm like, okay, well, I only ordered like 2 minutes ago, so I should be able to cancel it, right? So I pressed that button to cancel. They got back to me about 2 days later just to let me know that they couldn't cancel it because the order had already been shipped out. Thanks, guys. That button's kind of useless. These are the ones that I did want, and this is from a company Zdatt, Z-D-A-T-T, and these are supposed to be using the Philips bulbs. I don't know whether they are or aren't, but they look like they are, but who knows. So this is what it comes with. It comes with two of these, right? So the crazy thing is these look almost exactly like the Hikaris. So I'm gonna have to wait and see. I'm gonna install these and see if these actually perform like the Hikaris, because these were a lot less expensive. Like, I want to say somewhere in the price range of like under $30, whereas the Hikaris were 89 bucks. Granted, these Hikaris came in about a day or two, and this took a couple of weeks. But yeah, these LED lights are pretty cool. If you don't get good lights, sometimes the beam pattern is really off, and you tend to be one of those people that blinds people. And that's not what I'm going for. We'll have to see how this goes. If they can perform like the Hikaris, maybe you'll be able to save yourself some money. So, there's that. But infitary, I don't like you guys. You should have just canceled my order. And this is actually something I unboxed a while back, and I forgot to record it. But it's this lamp here, and this is from a company 11E, I think. But yeah, it's cool. It's a LED lamp, and it comes with a remote control, so I'm able to change the color temperature here. I don't know if you can see. Okay, my batteries are dead. It's a pretty cool lamp. I think it looks cool. What do you guys think? Pretty cool, right? It's like that one from Pixar. I like it. Pretty solid base. I think it looks pretty cool as a reading lamp. Alright, so Creative has sent me this, what is this called? A compact multimedia under monitor soundbar. So it's a soundbar for your desktop. Alright, so it's called the Creative Stage Air. And let's see what it says. Bluetooth, 20 watts peak. Means 10 watts RMS. It's battery powered. Big bass. Auxiliary, USB. I'm just wondering if you can plug this in, because I don't know that I'd want to always have it on battery power, especially if I'm going to be using it as my desktop speakers. But I'm assuming that you can plug it in and power it somehow. We'll see. Cool, so this is it. Let's see how big this thing is. It's kind of a cool concept, right? So there it is. Go ahead and unwrap this. Actually pretty nice looking. Yeah, it's a glossy finish over here, and on the back it has a USB, it has auxiliary, and then a DC 5 volt. There you go. So you can plug it in via USB to power this thing. And on the side here it has power, volume up, volume down, and then Bluetooth. Let's see how this sounds actually. See if I can connect it. Power on. Does it have any charge?
Pairing mode. Waiting for device to connect.
So it says the frequency response is supposed to be from 80 hertz to 20 kilohertz. Okay, so it has a little blue light here. Creative Stage Air, there you are. Pairing, play music. Here, I'll face it to you first.
Long enough, you can love me.
Okay.
Something in the sun or the air.
Let me face it to me. Alright, so why are you rolling away? You stay here. Okay, so I'm here at my desk.
My love has come along.
So that's better than my iMac speakers for sure. There's actually some stereo imaging. Small, but it's there. Very interesting concept. So I can see in here, it looks like it has a few drivers in here. I would say 2 active and maybe 1 passive radiator. Thank you, Creative, for sending this to me. I have a ton of speakers already, so maybe I'm gonna give this away. Make sure to follow on my Instagram at Joe and Tell, on my Twitter at Real Joe and Tell, as well as Facebook at Real Joe and Tell. Yeah, I'll probably give these away, so make sure to be following on those, and yeah, we'll figure out a way to do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and just package these back up. Make sure that you get all of the stuff it's supposed to come with, and then I'll put it back in the box, and it'll go out to a lucky viewer. Next up, I have this Bluetooth headset from a company called One More. And so they reached out to me and said, hey, do me a favor and unbox this on your channel, and that's what I'm about to do. So go ahead and open this up. I've actually tested these out. Just want to show you guys what's in here. So actually nice packaging. Here are the headphones themselves. Blue. You have some rubber up here. Very nice and soft ear pads. I actually used these on my recent trip. My 2-year-old was kind of having a hard time on the flight, so we busted out the iPad, hooked these up, and she was set. She was listening to them for a while, so I'm assuming that they were pretty comfortable for her, otherwise she would have taken them off. I've actually tried them myself, and I'm pretty impressed. The sound quality, I wasn't expecting very much from these, just because I've never heard of this brand, but the sound quality was actually pretty decent. It wasn't terrible. What else does this come with here? Okay, so what the heck? So these are Bluetooth, but oh cool, you can use them with a 3.5mm cable if you just want to plug them in. That's pretty cool. What else is in here? Okay, so you have a bag. All right, that's cool. A charging cable, USB, some stickers, instructions, and more instructions. Yeah, pretty comfy. If I were to criticize anything, I feel like the clamping force is a little bit tight, but yeah, who knows, it might loosen up after a bit. So thank you One More for sending me these to unbox. I also forgot to mention that they are offering a discount for you guys. If you're interested in these, they're doing 20% off, and use this code here. It expires on November 18th. So with the coupon code, it will reduce the cost to $39.99. That's not bad. Bluetooth headphones? Okay. All right, so thank you One More. This is not really an unboxing, but just more showing off something I've been working on. I'm waiting on some speaker cables from an Australian company that reached out to me, or maybe I reached out to them, I forget. But they are called NB speaker cables, and they make some cool cables. They were on Reddit. You may find me on Reddit once in a while. I'm on Reddit as Joe and Tell, and they were on there recommending the people to DIY their own speaker cables. So I looked into their profile and I realized that they were actually a speaker cable company. And so I thought that it was cool that they were telling people like, hey, if you're looking to save some money, then do it yourself. If you just want to buy some, then, you know, that's what they offer. So I'm waiting on their cables to arrive. But until then, they kind of gave me the itch to kind of make my own cables, and that's what I did. And you know what the thing is? With these cables, I think it makes you kind of feel like they're better quality, and it's just more fun, like, to connect and disconnect them. So what I did was I got some 12 gauge cable from Monoprice. I'm gonna leave a link to all of the products in the description below. And so I got some 12 gauge, and this is CL2. And then I also got some Tech Flex cable and different types of banana plugs. And so I was experimenting with different types of plugs here on the end to see which ones I liked. Overall, I'm really happy with the way they came out. I also got a variety pack of heat shrink tubing just to kind of finish the ends here. I'm pretty happy with the way they came out, and I love plugging them in. I'm not a cable person. I don't have very much experience with it, but to me, the most important thing is just the thickness of the wire. If you have wire that's too thin and running them at long distances, then you will sacrifice some quality, especially in the bass region. So make sure you have cable that's at least thick enough, and with some nice banana cables, because it makes it easier to plug and unplug. Nobody likes those little screwy things on the back. Who likes to do that? Especially when the receiver's like tucked in somewhere. It's so much easier to just plug in wires, like plug them in, take them out if you have to move them or change out speakers. Banana plugs are the way to go. And yeah, I'm really happy with the way that these came out, but I'm still waiting on those NB speaker cables. I'm excited to see those. I'm sure they're gonna look a lot cooler than the ones I made. So yeah, try it yourself. Again, I'm gonna leave a link in the description for all of the stuff that I used to make these cables. So you guys remember that I did a review on the Deity S-Mic 2, and I said that I really liked it. And here, as you can tell, is my favorite mic, the Sennheiser MKH416, and as you can tell, the quality of the audio coming from this mic is awesome. And hold on a second, this is not connected. No, this is the S-Mic 2. This whole video has been recorded on the S-Mic 2, so what you're hearing right now is a combination of the S-Mic 2 and some other mics that I have here so that you can hear me unboxing stuff. But yeah, this mic right here, that's the S-Mic 2. And the people at Deity were kind enough to allow me to do a giveaway of the S-Mic 2. And so all you have to do is follow the link in the description. I'll leave it here. So make sure to follow Deity Microphones. Follow me on Instagram, on my Twitter, and Facebook. I'll leave a link to those in the description as well. And that's how you enter. So basically, the more things that you do, the more entries that you have, and the more chances you have to win the S-Mic 2. So I think it's a really awesome mic. As you can tell, it sounds really good. I'm really excited. So thank you, Deity, for allowing me to do this giveaway. I'm really excited, and I hope you win. One of my pet peeves is when audio reviewers don't have really good audio. So I hope that you guys enter, follow my videos, follow my accounts, and I hope one of you guys wins one of these. I'm just kidding. You guys should go and buy your own. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe, ring the bell. You know what to do. Also, if you want to hear my podcast, it's on patreon.com/Joe and Tell. Anyway, till next time, take care. Bye-bye.